I'm here to present my project work on road anomalies prediction system, which we called as Bumpy. So here is a short video. So let's have a look over road accident statistics in India. So over 1,37,000 people died in 2013 only over in road accidents, which was more than the number of people killed in all the wars after the independence. Also, in another survey, we showed that 16 people died every hour due to road accidents. Major contributions were drunken driving and bad road conditions. So, how does my project helps in it? Bumpy is a simple Android app which predicts the road anomalies while you travel over a path on any road. So, description. So I created an application which will collect the data in the background, transfer it to server over the internet, and the server will analyze the data, do some analysis, and predict there is a bump or pothole or some road anomalies, etc. And then it will send to other Android devices which are traveling through that path. So this was the sample data like which we collected. The first two are timestamps, then there is GPS readings, latitudes, longitudes, and then there is accelerometer readings in three axes X, Y, Z. So this was the flowchart. There were two components, server and client. Server, the acquisition part was done in background, which collected amplitude, GPS location, timestamp, store it in CSV format, and then transferred it to server. The server processed the data, put a tag on it, and store the latitude, longitude, which has the road anomalies, and then send it to the client, and which shows that there is a bump or road anomalies ahead. So how was the detection was the main part. So I collected the readings from the accelerometer and observed the patterns where the potholes or speed breakers come. So to observe the patterns, I used the spectrogram analysis to show that the frequency change in when the speed breakers come. Then further, if any change pattern is noticed, then it is saved in on the server and further notified to all other users. So this was the accelerometer readings, and this shows at 462 timestamp there is a speed breaker. So similarly in spectrogram, what we get this is a whole blue region which shows that there is no energy frequency, and in here at 462 it shows there is high energy frequency, which we can separate out that there is a speed breaker. So we collected all such different regions and with their GPS locations and form a database, so that now if anybody comes to that road, he would be notified about there is a speed breaker ahead. So future work. So emergency auto dialer in case of any accident, I would like to introduce, and off-tech detection using image processing. So if a driver feels drowsy and by chance the car is going off road, so we can detect it using image processing using the patterns of the roads which are there on the roads. So then the driver activity detection using face recognition. We can easily show that if eyes are closing or he is feeling drowsy, he should stop, take a break, and then start again. So ultimately, we are focusing on fully automated vehicles which we want to create. So that's all. Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, so just a couple. So you're taking the accelerometer data from the phone, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you know that it's not caused by any other bumps? Let's say I'm sneezing, so maybe that's caused the spike in the speed.
No, you are putting a phone on the dashboard of the car.
Also, I have to keep it on the dashboard.
Dashboard, or you can put it on in pocket also, but because we have audio visual signals also. So if you are sneezing by chance, you a speed breaker is notified by you, but simultaneously if other users are going through that path, so they will not notify, and we are using key that among 5, if or 4 or greater than that is notifying, then only we are using the
so
notification.
the other, yeah. So this clarifies. So the other thing is, so for that you need to keep the sensor on for every phone.
Energy is major drawback.
So, I mean, if it's a Nexus, it will not even last 15 minutes, I guess. So like
that's why I use key. You have to put it on dashboard. Car it is useful, but in pocket it is very high energy consuming.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
I have one. So, what is the response time? I mean, how long does it take when you receive the data and by the time you conclude the result? What is the response time?
It was a very small file. I think ki on transferring the data, we use ki whenever the user wants, whenever like he is connected to Wi-Fi or etc. high speed internet, he can transfer the file. For getting the file, it is very of 10 KB or so. So it doesn't take much time.
So it's not an on the fly this thing. So you
you can download it beforehand also. Ki I am traveling through this road, so I want to get all the speed breakers through my path. So we will get notified.
I was having a doubt regarding the GPS, but how accurate is it? Because generally the problem which I have in maps etc. is like I am somewhere else and it's just showing me somewhere else. And
yes,
doesn't it cause very great animals? Like, it is very small.
GPS has a problem in the, like cloudy conditions also, and if we are in building also, building part is doesn't matter here, but in cloudy condition it does matter. But we are improving that by
are you using something different than GPS also, like to?
No, I'm using GPS only because we don't have any other method to get the location exactly.
GPS has a precision of 37 meter around. And how you do detect the obstacle? Because your car has a dimension of 10 to 20.
No, now it is improved by 2 or 3 meters.
Because 2 or 3 meter improvement will not be any more helpful.
2 or 3 meters improvement is sufficient because if you are traveling at 60 km/h, 2 or 3 meters doesn't count.
Because there was a problem with the quadcopter.
I didn't get you.
There was a problem with the quadcopter in dropping some material because of the GPS range. It was not able to drop at the particular point, and there will be same problem in your project. No, you can't detect the obstacle at the same point where it will
if we are detecting it 2 or 3 meters beyond or before, it is not a problem. It is because
there is obstacle in front of you, and you are traveling at the distance of 5 to 10 meters. Then that will also alarm you that there is obstacle.
There is obstacle. You must be careful then. But not being careful is much harmful, I think.
But every time I am alarming that you should be careful, you should be careful.
Yes, that's a part of problem.
How do you detect on which side of the road the obstacle is?
No comments on this. But if you have accurate GPS connection, then it will show that you are traveling on this path or that path. 2 or 3 meters it will do.
And secondly, how do you differentiate between speed breakers and traffic lights, and or like any like how do you differentiate whether there's a speed breaker? Why did it stop? Like
traffic jams.
In traffic lights, also suddenly people cars stop and then go.
Like car stop is different.
That will also produce a.
It will not produce the same accelerometer reading. It will just be blank and no energy signal would be there. So it would be completely blue region. As I show in the
Like,
spectrogram.
how robust is it? Like, suppose you're in a traffic jam, you're going, stopping, going, stopping, going, stopping.
It will not
So,
matter because the amplitude we are taking here. So
Uh-huh.
amplitude is square root of all the three XYZ readings. So it
Like,
will not.
I was not able to understand how is it different from a speed breaker. That's like,
How-
what kind of different readings? Like, how do you
At
differentiate?
speed breaker or pothole, your vehicle will go up and down, and shockers will produce this kind of acceleration. And in normal region, it will be like this, or mainly a straight line. So it will not matter here in spectrogram analysis.
So we'll take the rest of the questions at lunch. So sorry. So we'll meet for lunch at 1:12.
Thank you all.